You are walking down the street. Someone glances at you for half a second, and your brain immediately goes, "They think I look ridiculous. They're judging my outfit. They notice that thing I am insecure about."
That person, they were thinking about their grocery list, but you just spent the next 20 minutes obsessing about what they thought of you. Here is the insane part. You'll never see them again. They don't know your name. They'll forget you in 5 seconds. So why do you care so much? Let's be real about what we're talking about. This isn't about caring what your friends or family think. This is about being emotionally controlled by the opinions of people who literally don't matter. Scenario 1.
You are at the gym. You want to try a new exercise, but you are worried you'll look dumb. So you stick to the machines, never progressing, because somewhere in this building, a stranger might judge your form.
That stranger isn't watching you. They're worried about whether you are judging them. But you both stay trapped, performing for an audience that doesn't exist. Scenario 2.
You are in a coffee shop. You want to work on your laptop, but you are worried people will think you are pretentious. Or you want to sit alone and read, but you are worried people will think you are lonely.
So, you don't go. You deprive yourself of something you want because of the imaginary opinions of people drinking overpriced lattes.
You post something online, a photo, an opinion, a creative project. Before you hit post, you spend 30 minutes imagining every possible negative reaction. What if people think this is cringe? What if they think I am trying too hard? What if no one likes it?
So you either don't post, or you post a watered-down version that doesn't actually represent you. You are censoring yourself for people who scroll past in 0.3 seconds. Scenario 4.
You have a weird interest, an unconventional hobby, a unique style, but you hide it. You dress normal. You pretend to like mainstream things. You never mention the thing you are actually passionate about.
Because what would people think? People you'll never know. People whose opinions have zero impact on your actual life. Here is the brutal truth. Most people aren't thinking about you at all. They're too busy worrying about what you think of them. Studies show that people overestimate how much others notice and judge them by up to 5 times. It is called the spotlight effect. You think there is a spotlight on you, but actually everyone's in their own head dealing with their own insecurities. So why are we wired this way? Why do we care so much about strangers?
You never mention the thing you are actually passionate about.
Part 1. The Evolutionary Trap. 10,000 years ago, caring what strangers thought made sense, you lived in a tribe of 150 people. Being rejected meant death. If the tribe thought you were weird, lazy, or different, you'd be cast out, and being alone in the wilderness, that was a death sentence. So your brain evolved a hyperactive social monitoring system. It constantly scans. Am I fitting in? Do they accept me? Am I safe? This was adaptive then. It kept you alive. But now, you live in a city of millions. You encounter hundreds of strangers daily. You'll never see 99 of them again. But your brain still thinks you are in that tribe. It treats every stranger's opinion like a survival threat. Your amygdala, your threat detection system, can't tell the difference between the tribe might reject me and a stranger on the subway glanced at me weird. So it fires the same alarm: danger, threat, you are being evaluated, you might be rejected. Part 2. The shame operating system. But it goes deeper than evolution. For many people, especially those who grew up with criticism, shame becomes your default operating system.
If you were raised in an environment where you were constantly judged, criticized, or compared to others, you learned, I am always being evaluated. I am always falling short.
Your caregiver's voices became your internal voice. And now you project that critical voice onto everyone you meet. That stranger isn't thinking, wow, they look weird. You are thinking that about yourself and assuming they agree. Psychologists call this projection. You are so harsh on yourself that you assume everyone else is equally harsh, but they're not. Most people are too busy being harsh on themselves. Part 3. Social media broke your brain. And then social media took this ancient wiring and weaponized it. Now, it is not just strangers in real life. It is thousands of strangers online who can judge you publicly, and their opinions are quantified. Likes, comments, followers. Your brain gets a hit of dopamine when strangers approve. It gets a crash of cortisol when they don't. You become addicted to the validation of people who don't know you. Research shows that social media increases social comparison and fear of judgment by up to 300 compared to pre-internet generations. You are not just wondering if the person on the bus judges you, you are wondering if the entire internet judges you. Your ancient tribal brain is trying to manage a tribe of 8 billion people. It can't, so it just stays in constant anxiety mode. Here is the kicker. The more you care what strangers think, the less authentic you become. And the less authentic you are, the more you feel like a fraud, which makes you care more about validation. It is a vicious cycle.
Your opinions are whatever seems safest. Your style is whatever seems most acceptable. Your interests are whatever seems most normal. You are a collection of other people's expectations, not a person.
Second, you miss out on your actual life. You don't try new things because strangers might judge. You don't take risks because you might look foolish. You don't pursue your dreams because what if people think you are delusional?
You stay small. You stay safe. You stay invisible. And one day you wake up and realize you wasted decades, avoiding the judgment of people whose names you don't even know.
Third, you attract the wrong people and repel the right ones. When you are inauthentic, you appeal to people who like the mask. But people who would actually appreciate the real you, they never find you because you are hiding.
Fourth, you are exhausted. Managing everyone's potential opinions is exhausting. You are constantly vigilant, constantly performing, constantly scanning for disapproval. You can't relax in public. You can't be spontaneous. You can't just exist. Everything is calculated to minimize judgment.
And here is the cruelest irony. People can tell when you are performing. The very thing you are doing to avoid judgment being inauthentic actually makes people respect you less.
Strangers don't judge authentic people nearly as much as insecure people think they do. They judge try-hards. They judge people who are clearly desperate for approval. All right, so how do you actually stop caring what strangers think?
Strategy 1. Realize no one's watching. The spotlight effect. Do this experiment. Next time you are in public, count how many people you actually notice and form opinions about.
Probably like 2, maybe, and you forget them immediately.
Everyone else is doing the exact same thing. You think you are the main character, but to everyone else, you are an extra. A background character they won't remember.
This isn't depressing, it is liberating. If no one's watching, you are free.
Strategy 2. The so what? Exercise.
When you catch yourself worrying about stranger judgment, ask, so what if they think that? They might think my outfit is weird. So what? They'll judge me. So what? They'll think badly of me. So what? Will they tell your employer? Call your family. Show up at your house.
Number. They'll forget you in 3 seconds and move on with their lives.
The consequence of their judgment is literally nothing.
Strategy 3. Separate real vs. Imagine judgment.
Here is a reality check. 99% of the judgment you fear is happening in your head, not theirs.
That person who glanced at you In your head, they're thinking, wow, what a loser.
In reality, they're thinking, did I turn off the stove? What is for dinner? My foot hurts. Start noticing when you are inventing the judgment. Because most of the time, you are torturing yourself over criticism that doesn't exist.
Strategy 4. Do the embarrassing thing on purpose.
This is exposure therapy for social anxiety. Deliberately do something mildly embarrassing in public and watch. Nothing happen.
Wear that weird shirt, sing in your car at a red light, dance in the grocery store, order the complicated coffee drink, ask the dumb question.
And notice no one cares. Or if they do, they forget in 5 seconds.
Each time you do this, you train your brain. Oh, I can survive stranger judgment. It is not actually dangerous. Strategy 5. Find your people quality over quantity.
You know whose opinion actually matters. The 5 people who really know you and love you anyway. Focus on being authentic to them. Build deep connections with people who've earned the right to have opinions about your life.
Everyone else, they're extras in your movie. You don't plan your life around what extras think. Strategy 6. Curate your values, not your image.
Instead of asking, what will people think? Ask, does this align with my values? If you value creativity, create, even if strangers think it is weird. If you value health, go to the gym. Even if you are a beginner. If you value authenticity, be authentic, even if it is not cool.
When you are anchored in your own values, other people's opinions become background noise. Strategy 7. Remember, everyone's doing this.
Every person you are worried is judging you. They're worried you are judging them.
The person at the gym you think is judging your form. They're worried you are judging their body.
The person in the coffee shop. They're worried you think they're pretentious for being there. Everyone's trapped in the same anxious loop. When you realize this, the whole thing becomes absurd. And absurdity is hard to take seriously.
Here is what I need you to understand. You have one life.
One finite, brief, unrepeatable life, and you are spending it performing for people who don't matter. That stranger on the bus, they're not going to your funeral. They're not going to be there when you are old looking back at your life. They don't love you. They don't know you. They're just a person who exists near you for 30 seconds.
Why are you giving them power over your choices?
Every time you hide who you are, every time you don't do the thing you want, because of strangers' imagined opinions, you are betraying yourself. For nothing. The people who matter, the people who truly see you, you'll love you for your weirdness, not in spite of it. And the people who judge you for being authentic, they were never your people anyway.
You are not here to be universally acceptable. You are here to be undeniably yourself.
And yes, some strangers will judge you. Some will think you are weird. Some will disapprove.
So what? Their judgment has no power unless you give it power, and you don't have to.
If you are watching this and you've been hiding yourself, playing small, living in fear of strangers' opinions, drop a comment. What is one thing you are going to do this week without worrying what strangers think?
You are going to die one day, and when that day comes, you won't regret the time strangers judged you.
You'll regret the times you stopped yourself because of what strangers might think. Stop performing, start living. The audience isn't watching. Anyway,